Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Hittin Different podcast. We're here with some last minute fill-ins.
Yep.
Some people. Well,
Last minute fill-in.
Okay, you can see Alyssa, Corey, Luke, and me. This is the crew for today.
Hello.
I was about to give you props. I was about to say thank you, appreciative of you being here.
Okay, it's okay.
It wasn't last minute feeling like you're on the bench and you've just come in. Like you weren't meant to. Like it's a crew, and then like people come in. You know, I picked and chose. But anyway, you're here. Corey's here as well. Big shout out to him. Fingers fucked up. I got to give him a shout, so I'll give him a shout out for that.
Yep. Thank you. We love that.
How's it feeling now? A bit better?
What happened to the finger?
Better. Oh, yeah. So my finger's a bit fucked from sport already.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really use it if I want to, like, do stuff in the car, blinker-wise. And then I was driving here, and I turned the wheel, and I was on the phone with my brother, and I'm just talking to him as I'm parking out the front, and I've, like, smacked the finger, and, it really hurt.
It just hurts.
I heard
Is it just sensitive?
I heard a crack, and then I had to wait a few minutes before I came inside because it was really painful.
Composing yourself.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
You look out the window, he's just sitting there like...
No, I was thinking if they're looking at me right now, they'd think, what is wrong with this guy? Because
He's rebooting.
I was like convulsing,
Looking forward, like fuck my life. I want to go home.
Yeah, that's why my park job is probably horrible right now.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But you're here. You're both here, and I appreciate that. Thank
All
you
in one
guys.
piece.
Luke is here, and I said it last week, but this is the thing we're going to run with it. Australia's #1 vibes podcast.
Mate.
All vibes. Do we say that's the thing we run with now? Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Best vibes. We're a music thing, you know.
Best
We're
The
vibing. We're vibing.
Before we get into it, though, subscribe to the channel, like if you're enjoying the content, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and give us a cheeky 5 stars and a rating, or a review rather. And the socials at Hittin Different Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Getting some love on there because the content's coming back more regularly.
Yes, sir.
And I haven't plugged it the last couple of weeks, but HD Radio is a thing. So HD Radio on Spotify, find that in the links in our link tree on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever it is.
It's all there, mate.
But you would have seen the title, and you guys know I've explained it to you. Today's video is overrated or underrated, and I'm going to have 20 artists today named for us. Maybe 15, 20, let's see how time goes.
Yep.
And yeah, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. We suggest, or I give a name rather, and then we agree, overrated,
Hands down.
underrated.
Something
No,
like
I think we just go overrated, underrated. We'll go around the table, and then we'll discuss what we think, or hit the mark actually, because I feel like it's hard. You can't give everyone an overrated or underrated. So
Yeah,
we'll
some
say
people are just performing at the level that
where
they
they need to be.
are.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like evenly rated. Like
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go over, under, hit the mark.
Hit the mark,
That's
mate.
what we'll be.
You're in the middle.
But as we're going on, let us know in the comments what you think. If you agree with some, disagree with others. And let's go. Let's get into it. What's going on here, guys? Cracking a V. Luke's getting into it. We got the energy drinks
Mate, we're
on
gonna
table.
Get excited.
Getting excited.
We're getting excited.
Hey, first one here. The Kid Laroi. Overrated or underrated? Anyone got any?
Are we picking a direction?
Nah, anyone. If you've got one
You have
first.
to like really think about this song.
yeah, I think he's evenly rated.
Even? Here's where he is.
I think he does make pretty good music, and he's not too hyped. I feel, especially because he's from Australia. I feel like he's pretty even for the content.
He's
that
earned the hype in
producing.
Australia at least.
Yeah,
I would say he's pretty on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because like he's young, he's doing very well. He's made very good songs. He's got a lot of streams. He's touring right now.
Yeah, I'd say right now where he is, he's hit the mark. But say 2 years ago, a year ago, overrated as
That's
fuck.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Overrated as fuck. He hadn't give it anything to like prove him as who he was as an artist.
100%.
He just had the Juice WRLD tag and like what blessings.
I just knew that he was
Yeah.
a Juice WRLD's mate.
Yeah, literally,
old-
that's
good
all
old
he had
Juice
for
WRLD,
him.
mate.
And he just popped off. So like he's done well because the last 3 albums or this one album that's been like 3 parts.
Yeah,
And he's touring other singles. I think he's done well
he's done pretty well. Yeah.
to like name that rep that he is.
To get him to the on the mark. mate.
If anything, I remember the Australian music. They have their own music awards.
Yeah,
so like the
right.
Oh,
Grammys.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't win the Aussie.
Yeah,
New
he came
Artist.
Oh yeah.
And
no.
I remember thinking that was
Who got it?
bullshit.
It was a bit of a scam.
I don't know who got it,
Yeah,
but not
someone
him.
I've
No, it
known,
was someone.
yeah.
Someone I'd
random.
never
Like Jeff's
heard of.
Malboy.
Nah, yeah, someone like that though.
But yeah, I think he's pretty hit the
on the
mark
spot
on it.
right
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
on
I
the
think
spot.
people said his concerts weren't great. That
Yeah.
I've heard mixed reviews, so I think
Because he
that kind
brought
of humbled
1-4
him.
out.
Nah,
Yeah,
his
that
concert
was
was
good.
great when he brought out 1-4. To be honest.
Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because he doesn't have the money to put into them, like
Yeah.
Drake's and J.
Yeah,
Cole's
and
and Kendrick's and all that type of
Travis,
stuff,
yeah.
and like posties and stuff. They have a lot of money to put into it.
That's
Yeah, because we
true.
did speak about that last week in
Yeah.
regards to like best performers for hot takes, and yeah, it's about budget and all that as well.
But yeah,
for,
how
like,
much you can actually afford
on.
to put into it.
Fair.
Next one we got here, Lil Uzi Vert, overrated, underrated. I'm just gonna go straight away and say Lil Uzi Vert's overrated.
Is that the one that's like?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's the one song I know of his.
Overrated.
Overrated?
I agree.
Overrated.
I think he's on the mark. His
On the
col-
mark.
bro, he is so like pivotal to like
Pivotal?
the SoundCloud generation of all rappers. Like he was like running like 2015, 2016.
But where he is now, like how big his name is and stuff like that, do you think he did enough back then to justify the name Lil Uzi Vert as like Lil Uzi Vert?
Yes, without a doubt. Without a question of a doubt.
In music, he's done enough?
Definitely.
Nah.
He's culturally certified as like one of the better rappers
Why?
out of the later like teen.
Yeah, but I
years.
don't think he's like, if we look at his discography, I don't think he's justified
I
that
think he definitely is.
with his songs. Let's see
I think,
here.
brother, look this up, please.
I don't even know what
He has a
looks
couple.
like.
I'm not saying he hasn't bad songs. I actually like a bit of Lil Uzi, but I think he's not.
I think Uzi's numbers definitely reflect his.
Okay, EXO 2 Alive, 20 mins.
20 mins is 600
The
million.
Way Life Goes.
EXO 2 Alive,
So this is-
1.7
But
billion.
he's fallen off heaps. When was his album? This was an old album.
I know his albums, but not his songs.
Love is Rage. So
Okay, yeah,
2017.
he has. Okay,
So 5 years ago.
okay, he's probably. I don't want to say he's overhyped though, because I don't think he's overhyped. Like if someone said to me like, "Hey, you can go watch a Lil Uzi show," I'd still be gassed.
Scary.
But it was 5 years ago. He popped off, and he's still known as this like great guy. Like he's like he's not
'cause
shit.
He's
but-
still like, but his
but he's
songs are still
overrated.
his songs are still his songs. You know, like just because he's made them 5 years ago, don't mean they're not his songs anymore. I don't know. I mean,
Well, how are we
all
going to
allowed
judge
to
this
have-
going forward? Actually,
we're
are we
all
going
allowed
to
to
say
have
where?
different
Yeah,
opinions.
we can. Yeah,
Yeah.
but are we going to judge this from where they are right now? I say that's how we start judging these.
In general.
Nah, because someone can have a really good legacy and then just not make like music. Like, for example,
Yeah,
when I was when I was on the pod last, I said Michael Jackson. But in the last 10 years of his career, he didn't make music, but he still
Very true.
has that legacy. Not saying that Lil Uzi Vert is
the same as Michael Jackson. Yeah, no,
but
no,
it was
but
just
I
it was just a
understand what you're-
comparison I was
Yeah,
making.
I understand what you're trying to say. Like, yeah, just because they're not as actively in the scene,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
mean that they still don't have a legacy and they're still not to be respected
Yeah, I
for
think
who
just
they are and what they've
generally.
done.
okay.
I do think Uzi's overrated though. Back to Uzi though.
I'll take
Yeah.
I'll take a 3-1. I'll take that.
Take
But
that.
I'm
Move
gonna
on
stand
to
on my hill.
smoke.
I'm gonna stand on my hill. I'm gonna stand on my hill and
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that
you call him-
he deserves it. He
So what you think,
deserves
hit the
his-
mark
Yeah,
though?
hit the mark. Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
say he deserves it.
Next one here, Trippy Red, overrated.
Overrated.
Underrated.
I hate Trippy.
Overrated.
I can cop
so much.
overrated. He's
Yeah?
good. I like his music, but I can definitely cop that. Like for what he does,
He's
he's
overrated.
getting paid way too much.
Yeah.
Like I'll be
No
honest
way.
with you, he's making way too much money for it.
Yeah, like he's just bog out. Like okay, not bog out.
No, he's definitely not bog average.
Like I think that the shtick he has, as my thing. I've actually been saying that a lot. You probably noticed in the house shtick.
The
Like
shtick,
I don't know why it's a shtick, but anyway, his shtick is just dumbass with fucking dreads, you know. Like and like his
he's
sound
gotten
is
it
unique.
together. He's gotten it together.
His sound is
recently.
unique. I give him that, and he does have a good. So I actually like a bit of Trippy, but like for where he's at, like stature wise, for what he's done, I think he's overrated.
I
think-
also think he works with too many people in the sense where like he will take a feature for anyone as long as he's getting paid for it,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing.
And what are you saying?
I think he rode the wave for like all the other people. Like he really came off the back of like X and Juice.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
it was just nowhere near the level.
Yeah,
But
no.
he was still kind of like
Around the
It was still in that.
he
in
was
that
like, oh
area.
yeah, I'm a lean, I'm a this, I'm a
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
your music's shit
Yeah.
compared to everyone you're hanging out with. Your music's
Well,
shit.
have you guys seen the video? And he was in the studio with I think it was X or Juice, and he's like, "Dude, like you're my only competition right now. Like you're the reason I'm pushing it." I'm like,
What?
"Yeah." I was like, "Shut up."
Juice
bro."
said that to Trippy Red.
Trippy said this to
Oh,
to Juice
mate.
or X. I forget who it was with.
Okay.
But he's like, you and me, the only top dogs here right now. Like the only reason, like I'm competing with someone.
That makes me want to put him even
I saw
lower.
something recently where Uzi said that he was at a show and he said along the lines of like, "Yeah, X was my only competition," because he was
Yeah,
he
he
was
said that
playing
as
he was
well.
playing an X
Yeah,
tribute.
yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, X was my only competition." I was like, "Yeah."
I guess if you're big, you have to have the mindset of I'm the best.
Oh
otherwise,
yeah,
like-
without a doubt.
But still, I think nah, Trippy.
If your streams don't
Humble
back it though,
yourself.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't know. It's
I would
hard
say
to justify.
Yeah, I think he's definitely overrated,
Yeah, yeah.
without a doubt.
And next one here, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Love Lil Baby.
Yeah, Lil Baby.
Overrated?
Underrated.
Yeah,
I love
Underrated?
Lil Baby.
I could run underrated.
Yeah, I
I
actually
think he's underrated.
underrated. Because I was gonna say hit the mark, but to be honest, he's not mainstream yet, is
He
he?
could definitely do more.
Yeah, he
He
could
could
do
definitely
so
be
much
in
more.
more. I could see him in a Nike advert, you know? Like
Yeah.
just running around
Yeah.
doing some dumb shit.
Yeah, he could go crazy. Because whereabouts would we say he's like at level wise with like other like because there's
Other
Travis Scott,
artists.
Post Malone, like those echelon of category of people.
the
And then
elites.
there's one below. I'd say that's where he's at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's at a point
He's
where
comfortably in there, though.
almost at the next level. And that's why I think he's underrated because people don't give him enough
Like
time
every
to just
song
do
he
shit.
has, like it hits. Like
And
you know,
features
it
are
bangs.
crazy.
Yeah, features are so good.
Yeah, that's someone we missed out last week. And TikTok, thank you. You
TikTok came through.
came through with the info for us, but one of the best feature artists because one of the things for
Lil
last
Baby,
week's
yeah.
we were talking about like 21 Savage, Drake, J Cole, and Baby honestly went straight
Yeah,
by my head for
100%.
me. But when he comes on features,
Like
he's
drip
crazy.
too hard. Like it's probably a bit overplayed, but like
Yeah.
the bangs, you know.
It's a
like,
banger. It is a
Yeah,
banger.
it is a banger. So first overrated, Lil Baby. I mean
Underrated.
underrated. Sorry,
Underrated,
yeah.
yeah.
Justified. I think.
I agree.
Next one here, Baby Keem.
Underrated.
I agree. I just started. You guys have been talking about him, and I've
Yeah.
been listening to this one song. It's called 16.
Yeah.
So I just put it in the car and I'm like bopping my head. Like I think underrated.
Have you tried the rest of his album at
I
all
listened to a
yet?
few songs. There was one with like Brent.
Fiaz?
I didn't really like that one.
Yeah,
I just like shuffled half his playlist. Haven't been through it.
it's a good album. What are you saying?
I'm saying overrated.
Oh,
Saying he needs to prove himself. Second album, bangs, same as first album, on the mark. But I think if he didn't release with Kendrick, he would get nowhere near as much love as he gets. I think if he wasn't related to Kendrick, he didn't have that kind of pushing behind
Yeah,
him.
nah, that's a
he would
fair
just
point.
be in the pool with all the other SoundCloud
yeah, like he'll
rappers.
have good music.
Yeah, he'll have
but
good music, but I don't
Like,
think
he's at that-
realistically like he only gets the stage and the platform because of who he is.
Yeah, I get you.
Would
That's
Kid
a fair
Laroi
take.
not be the same though? Like wasn't Kid Laroi brought by X or was it X? Or
Juice, yeah.
Like it's not the same kind of concept. Like a lot of artists are brought up or put into the industry through their
You're
connections.
not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
I
But
think he's
Laurie's
capitalised on his
also been
opportunities, though.
releasing a lot longer.
Yeah, I mean, Juice hasn't been helping him for
Yeah.
a few years.
Yeah, that as well.
But Keem's 20 though.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
maybe
why
20.
I'm
you have
saying
to take that into account as well.
I'm saying give him a bit more time to prove himself as like where he's sitting at because everyone right now rates him so highly. Everyone's putting him in top 5s, top 3s.
Yeah,
like all this drag
yeah.
shit. I'm like no,
So you're saying overrated
Overrated,
or on,
overrated for
Saying
sure.
overrated. I'm
don't
gonna.
get me wrong, I'm a big fan.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
not
think he's
about that.
overrated. Yeah.
Overrated. I'd say underrated.
I would just say underrated because like
He's
yeah,
not mainstream yet,
not
in
everyone
my
knows
opinion.
him.
The only reason he's somewhat mainstream to us is because we listen to Kendrick, I think, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think any of his tunes, I don't listen to radio. Do you listen to radio much?
I have
Definitely
started.
not
I would
on
say
the
he's
radio.
Have
I
started?
would
Oh,
say
yeah,
he's-
with work. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Does Baby Keem come on by any chance?
Nah, they never play anything. They've been playing so much Amy Shark lately. And
I
she's
hate
sucks.
Amy Shark.
She
If, literally, I
sucks.
drive in silence if Amy Shark comes on. I turn
What's
the
she
radio off.
even sing?
I don't know.
It's
She's
relevant right
released a
now.
new song and it's been playing non-stop, and I hate it.
Oh,
Yes.
What did she sing? Who's Amy? She's Aussie, right?
I
Yeah.
can't even.
Oh, she sings "Adore."
Oh my god, let me get one
Damn,
of
I'm
her
not going to know
songs.
unless the song plays. I
Yeah.
won't know it
Let
by
me just have a
name.
look at one of them.
She's
Her-
got maybe one or two good songs, and then she's the one who she sung the
At the grand
national
final,
anthem at
right?
the grand
Yeah,
final, and
yeah,
it was
yeah. Shit.
horrible.
Yeah, that's what I remember her for.
You know the
Yeah.
song "Tell 'Em All I Said Hi, Hope I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
well." You know that one?
Nah.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. No, I do.
Her songs are trash. Her voice, I can't listen to. The fact that you even brought her up, my skin is like crawling. I can't.
She's angry.
She hates her.
She's
I hate
feisty.
her.
I'm genuinely like don't know how she got famous.
Neither.
Was she an X Factor winner or anything like
No.
that? Nah.
And she just, I just
Industry
remember
plant.
she's been big for a few years because those songs are like old, like 2015, 16.
Well, she did a song with Ed Sheeran like a year ago, I think, right?
I wonder how much she paid for it.
Yeah, yeah. Ed
my
Sheeran
Bags.
and what's the
Bags.
other dude? He's on the Australian X Factor, I think, and he's like the
Stormzy.
cowboy dude.
I'm not Stormzy. I'm this one.
Liz,
Cowboy.
you should know. You should
What?
know.
Which one?
Australian
X
Cowboy.
Factor. He's American, but was on the Australian like show, and he was like,
Adam Lambert.
no, like the Western dude, the country guy.
Oh, Shannon Knoll. What?
Country, no, he's American country, and he was on
American.
an Australian show as a guest, as like not as a guest, as one of the co-hosts. Does anyone know?
Urban?
Keith Urban, yeah, thank you, Josh. Keith
was ready,
Urban,
bro,
he's
he was
on it.
ready.
Yeah, Keith Urban, that's the guy. So I think it was Keith Urban, Ed Sheeran, and her on a song.
Oh, I didn't listen to that one.
Anyway, we've deviated far from the point. I
Sorry,
don't know how we
yeah,
got here. That's
sorry,
fine. What brought us here?
Radio. Baby
Radio,
Keem.
Baby Keem. Yeah. So he's not on the radio. So he's not mainstream in that sense.
But I
he's
think
got
a lot of
no, I
artists
think-
also aren't
I
on
think
radio.
the thing is, he's got a big name for himself for what he can be. I don't think he's got a big name for himself for what he's done yet. I think people appreciate what he's done.
Yeah.
But I think the people are really excited because if this is what he's doing at 20,
They're looking
what can he
forward to
do
what
for the
he
next
can
5,
do.
6 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he's underrated in the sense that like he is where he's at and his music's really good. And then give him some more time, and he was going to blow to something extremely big.
But that's like betting on some like not a certainty, if that makes sense. So you're gassing him, thinking that like he will be big. So is that not overrating?
Wow, that was a bit too much for my brain to handle.
There's a lot going on there. But do you
Yeah,
get
I
what
get
I
what
mean?
you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah, so you're saying right now we're overrating him because he hasn't done that yet.
Yeah, because he
Where
hasn't
he's gonna
actually
go there.
put out the work to say that yes, I am in the top
But he
5.
has, because that's what you're building your opinion on, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
you enjoy his 2 albums, his songs, and you think he has even more potential than he is.
I know it's a bit double edged.
Yeah.
Bit double edged. Like, we'll leave it at that one.
We-
A
we-
bit
we move,
undecided.
we
You
move,
guys
move.
let us know where you think Baby
move.
Keem sits, overrated, underrated, or he's hit the mark.
middle.
We're stuck on that. We got an interesting one here. You did a little geese.
I
in
did
there.
have a little gaze there. I can't lie.
Blueface.
Blueface.
Where
Blueface,
is
baby.
he?
Overrated.
Overrated.
Blueface,
So
baby.
bad.
Yeah, overrated.
He's fucking shit.
Blueface, baby.
Baby, alright, you fucking dog, go home, bro. This guy is ass. He released Thoriana like 3 years ago, and he's
Buzz
been riding
down.
that wave
That one
since.
song.
Buzz
If that
down.
song
That's
didn't
a
come
one-hit
out,
wonder. We
it's-
should have
it
done
is.
that.
It actually is a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me drive the bus.
yeah.
Running that one.
He has a couple songs that are known, but nothing as big as that song ever got.
No.
And if that song never came out, he never released it. No one knows Blueface today. The only reason we know this man is
Buzz
because he
Down.
came out with a
Buzz
song
Down,
that
Buzz
was
Down.
a banger.
Yeah.
I can't deny him that. It was a banging song, but it
Luke's
fucking
busting it down.
Yeah, Buzz down.
No,
It was actually a
you know
banger.
he fell off because I hadn't heard anything about him for years, and then he did one of those boxing matches with like a TikTok influencer.
Phase Temper.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing
No,
is
he's
it-
trying. Oh
is-
no, yeah. So TikTok. I think no. Are you referencing a fight that already happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did. He did a TikTok fight, and then he tried to get into a fight with Phase Temper.
Is he
But
not
no one
still
watches
doing
the
it?
TikTok fights.
No one watches
you know?
it. And
Like,
yeah, that's when you know your celebrity status is
Scraping
falling
the
off.
bottom of the
yeah.
barrel.
And he tried to get a fight with Phase Temper, and I think I told you, but anyway, he has a very toxic relationship with his girlfriend. Do you know?
Yeah, I've seen the video.
Yeah.
It's like, why aren't you at your son's birthday party? Yeah. Hey, Aiden. And he's with Aiden Ross. He's like, why you look scared, Aiden? He just stays.
He's a horrible person.
no.
But he was beating his wife up in the streets like last week.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, recent. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's ongoing, this thing. And then they had to pull him out of the fight because of the controversy and shit he was in
fuck him.
with that.
God damn.
But it's so funny on Twitter.
He just thought his misso was Phase Temper for a second.
He's getting ready for the week ahead. He's
He's
like,
just training.
Yeah.
Oh,
But it just came out, I think, 2 days ago or so, that they're officially together now. And then the thing I was reading in the thread, it was
Yeah.
like they've gone through like beatings, stealing cars, like a list of shit that's completely
Yeah.
fucked. But they're together. It's like,
So that's
congrats.
fine, man. It's
fucked.
fine. It's fine.
One of the most toxic
Yeah.
relationships on this universe. But anyway, I'm gonna say overrated.
Overrated and a bad
Overrated.
person.
Yeah, and
You're
a shit
out.
person. Are we all overrated on
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
If you think he's underrated,
Go home.
you actually don't listen to
Bad
proper
person,
music.
bad person.
Silly buggers.
Next, we got Doja Cat.
Doja.
I think she's properly rated.
Where she's hit where she's at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd say she's hit where she's at.
On the mark.
Yeah, if anything, I think leaning more towards the overrated, but I think she's like doing good at the moment.
I think she's too high up to say she's underrated at all.
Oh,
I think that's not
definitely
even a question because she's at the pinnacle
Yeah,
of
she
her
is one of
career
the
right
peak
now.
female
Right now,
performers.
yeah, she's at the top. So I think the only options would be overrated or hit the mark, and I'm saying she's hit the mark.
Yeah, I don't think overrated
No,
because she actually puts out consistent
really
good
good
music,
music.
really good performer,
Yeah.
good
She's-
personality.
Exactly. Oh, a bit shonky the last couple weeks.
No,
or
but
so.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Like she's
I
got a
know.
personality that people are attracted to.
Yeah. But I'd say she's hit the mark for me.
She's on the spot.
Yeah, we all agree on that one.
Done well.
Doja.
Ninth person here, Central C.
Central C.
Overrated or underrated?
I only know that one song. I'm gonna say overrated because I don't really listen to him. So
Fair enough.
I think he's properly rated because
Yeah.
he's not big at the moment. So he, in my opinion, he can't be overrated because he hasn't. There's
Kind
nothing
of blown up in a
like
sense.
he has one good song that I know of, and that's all right. And people aren't going around talking about how he's all that. At the moment.
Yeah.
So I think he's properly rated because he's really done nothing and he's not really recognized for anything. Well, not that I've
Yeah,
seen.
well,
anyway.
I think he's blown up more on a national scale. So in Europe, particularly in England, he's huge. He's massive.
Yeah, he
I think
is,
he's
yeah.
starting to outbreak a bit now into global status with like America, Australia, all that. Australia's closely linked to like UK, so it's not really
Yeah.
like an outbreak over here. But once you start breaking into America, that's when you start to make it. I think he's at the mark, to be honest, for me as well.
Yeah, especially with the latest Doja song that he did. Oh,
Yeah,
with
like the song
the
Doja.
the
Yeah,
Doja,
yeah.
like
I
with
was
the
gonna say, I
first,
didn't hear
like
that
the
one.
leaked verse on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which then got a bunch of fucking
Streams.
streams.
Did the
and-
Cole Bennett video with him and all that. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's sitting pretty. Like it's sitting where it needs to be.
So
All
you're
the-
saying underrated though because you don't really know him, eh?
I
Or did you say over? You said
I
overrated.
say on the mark. I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see all the horrible remixes to that song that
Yeah.
came out?
Oh,
The
yeah, you put
brothers
in the
one?
chat. Yeah, that one was jokes.
All I think Ryan sent the brothers one, and in the comments, everyone was just flaming it like, bro, this goes hard on mute.
Yeah. No support whatsoever. They were just fucking. I didn't think it was horrible for a parody.
so
it's
funny.
jokes, you know.
It's
like
not horrible.
I remember the
No,
parodies.
but they weren't joking.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like,
Oh, okay.
Wait.
parody is a joke,
The
though.
music people weren't joking.
The
The people that created the song.
yeah, no, the brothers.
Yeah.
That was an actual song
Oh,
that
that's
they released.
that shows how
you
embarrassing
called
it
it a
is.
joke.
Oh yeah,
The
it's
parody.
shit.
You just
It's
actually called it
shit.
a joke.
If that's a serious-
that was their Aussie version, not their Aussie parody. That was their Aussie version. Like
that's ass. That's flop. If you see this, you bottled it. Because I thought it was a parody, and I thought it was
Good
great.
for a parody.
Yeah, for a parody, it's great. And I was about to talk about that. Parodies used to be a big thing when we were
I
younger,
remember
eh?
that. Yeah.
Like you'd always look up like this song parody or this song parody.
TikTok
That's so
firework
funny.
parody
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit.
How weird.
Why did that fall off? It probably lost its humor, eh?
I think
YouTube
some
was so
people
big
were
back
also
then.
getting like sued if they.
Yeah,
Plagiarized
depending
too much,
on
maybe.
copyright and stuff. If you
Yeah,
just
very
rip the
fair.
beat straight off it.
And that's what people were doing. They were just mashing their own lyrics.
Yeah, and then earning
Damn.
money off it because
Yeah.
of like
the
earning money off the
ads and stuff.
popularity. Of
Some
Yeah.
parodies were probably bigger than the original song as
Yeah,
well.
probably.
So then they were probably pissed off.
There was a really
Damn.
big one with the Miley Cyrus.
Wrecking Ball.
No, there was. I know
that
which one
was-
you were
that
talking
was
about.
one,
yeah.
Party in the USA. I remember vividly. I say vividly. I remember there was a parody to this song that was jokes, and it was done by I think was it Fred? Do you
I
guys
was-
remember
I was
Fred?
literally- I think,
I think you know you are right.
Yeah. So if you guys are old school YouTubers and dabbled on YouTube a bit when you're like 10 years old or something, you probably know what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Good
about.
old
But
Fred.
yeah, that's when
Fred,
parodies used to
man.
pop off back in the
Do you
day.
remember Rebecca Black Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a parody of that, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. Yeah, so many
A lot of
parodies of
Kesha
that song.
parodies.
Oh, yeah, so many
Yeah.
parodies.
What was that one Kesha song?
TikTok.
TikTok.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's the one you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one, yeah, heaps of that as well.
Yeah, baby.
Number 10, halfway through the list, Emily Chopper. Overrated or underrated? Or hit the mark? You go first. You're the big fan.
Underrated.
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 I was waiting for
I don't
Because
that.
he's
know.
lyrically gifted. Technical masterpiece.
When you were first talking about him, I thought it was Annalise Chopper, and it was a girl.
Annalise.
But
Shout out
then-
Annalise.
But then I think you were just mumbling Annalise.
Oh, NLE Chopper.
Yeah, and
NLE,
Ellie. I
NLE.
mentioned
Sorry.
that. Anyway, I haven't heard a song of his, so no opinion.
Can't comment.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm in the same boat.
Really?
I only had him on my festival lineup list because it was the only person I could find under 21.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then that pissed Luke off.
Yeah,
so I
so
was like, oh, yeah.
it'll add it.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
bonus. There's a big bonus.
I'm going to say NLE Chopper. Honestly, he's hit the mark.
He's on the mark.
He-
Realistically,
he's a
he is.
mid-tier rapper.
He is.
He's not top tier. He's not like bottom. He is.
He
where
gets the love
is.
that he deserves, and that's about it. That's all he
I'd
needs.
say he's hit the mark.
He's doing well.
What you said overrated? I mean underrated though.
Yeah, because he is. So he
Luke
deserves
confuses
that's
me
just-
with his opinions because sometimes he's like said something a week before,
Yeah, like-
and you expect him to say something this week.
He's gonna
but
get
then he
called
goes-
out for it soon.
Yeah.
I've been keeping a track of some things, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna flush you out one day. with
If
some
they do,
facts.
hey man, let TikTok do it. If anyone's gonna do it, let TikTok do it.
I think the next person here is one of the most overrated artists in the world.
Oof,
Cardi B.
oof.
Overrated, underrated, controversial.
I think, yeah. I only think overrated because she doesn't, not every single song, not that it should be every single song, but majority of her songs aren't bangers, but the ones she does have are like club hits.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I think she's overrated.
Yeah,
Because she doesn't have the backing of like normal, like an album song to justify where she's at, you know? She's got the personality, obviously, and some good hits, but I don't think
I'll
she's...
agree, overrated.
Yeah. What are you saying, Corey?
I think she's overrated, especially when she got that rap Grammy for best album.
Oh, that was
So
anything.
dragged.
Best album.
I don't think she deserved that.
It was
Absolutely
over
not.
Travis Scott.
I can't remember. Yeah, 'cause
Astro World.
I
He
saw
got
I saw
mugged.
the video of him reacting. Like he
Yeah.
just walked out.
Yeah,
Like,
because
and
he
then-
was ready to walk on stage. Like he believed that
No,
he
no,
was
no,
gonna
he
win.
wasn't there.
Was he not?
They were filming him.
Oh, at a different location.
Yeah, and then he just didn't win it. So
That's a stitch up. That's so
Definitely
dope.
But
not
there's
best album,
controversy
yeah.
though with that because Look Mama Can Fly, the Travis Scott documentary. I think from what I remember when I watched it years ago, I think the controversy with that is because he wasn't there in physical attendance. All the politics and stuff, they'd rather people be there to receive awards. They gave it to her instead.
Oh, so they
that's
switched
shitty.
it realistically.
Just
Well, I
she
don't know
was
if they
there.
switched it. She probably was competing near the top somewhere.
Yeah.
And
but
because she was
they
there,
missed it, I
maybe
think,
popping a bit more at the time than Astro World because maybe it was an earlier release. They gave it to her, but it was so unjustified.
Over Astroworld, that was huge.
Yeah, Astro World was such a big album. Literally, Sicko Mode itself would have carried.
Huge.
But besides Sicko World, he had like 10,
Sicko
15 other
World.
bangers on there as well. You know what I mean?
But I feel like the Grammys are always fucked
Bit
like that.
rigged,
Like
yeah.
there are a bunch of big artists that
Yeah.
because it's not like your music is just automatically. You got to submit your music
Mm.
to be considered to win a Grammy.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of
Oh.
artists that just don't do it anymore
'Cause there's no
because
point.
they're like sometimes it's people just get the wrong.
It's all the politics.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
people behind it that are voting, and they're just like, well, I don't ever like hear about this guy. I don't do anything, so they don't even bother actually putting their votes in. They just pick popularity based and say,
Yeah.
they've got the biggest name.
There's like most big federations for a lot of award things,
Mm.
whether it's a Grammys, whether it's that,
Oscars.
even
Even in
Oscars,
sport.
yeah.
yeah,
But anyway, yeah, sorry, back to
back to
this.
music.
Party.
What artists
Yeah,
are even on it?
Cardi, yeah,
Cardi.
So, overrated,
Overrated.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's out.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit.
I think
yeah.
she's overrated, but her last few songs I've actually enjoyed. But yeah, still overrated.
Yeah, she doesn't have shit music, but I think she's too poppin' for like she's Nicki Minaj status without the Nicki Minaj work behind her. You
Yeah.
know
Nicki
what I mean?
Minaj is better than Cardi.
Oh,
B.
That's what I'm saying.
100%,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that. She's at that level of where Nicki Minaj is, but shouldn't be. You know what I,
think
mean?
at this stage, Cardi B is perceived as bigger than Nicki Minaj because Nicki hasn't done anything for a hot minute.
Yeah, well,
really.
probably right
She was
now.
performing the other day with not the other day. I don't know when it
With
was like with
Drake
Drake
and that,
and
the-
she
Yeah,
was with like
Lil Wayne and
handbag.
shit like that.
She looked like she just like came from home, like had her handbag, just like walking around.
strolling.
Yeah.
Next artist here, Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke.
I think
Do you think
On
he
the
at the
mark.
time, like we can't judge it now because it's dead, but like at the time when he was living before he died, where do you think he was on his career? Overrated,
When
underrated?
he was living, I feel like he didn't really pop till after he died, right?
Yeah, so that's what I say. Underrated for me.
Yeah, I'd have to agree because I didn't hear. I mean, I didn't hear of anything, and then once he died, he just popped
He
off.
really became
and
massive.
then-
Huge. Yeah, for me, he was always big to me because obviously I knew him from
Yeah.
mates when his first album came out, Welcome to the Party. So I was following his success through. But yeah, very underrated. He didn't, like you said, pop off until he did die, and until 50 Cent got involved in the album. It wasn't until
Yeah.
after all, like he was gone.
definitely not overrated.
No,
I
no
would say
way.
either underrated. I'd say
I'd
I'm
say
looking
he
at
was
it from
on the
now
mark at the
on the
time.
mark.
At the mark, you reckon? At the
At
time?
at the time of his death, he was realistically where I think he should have been.
I think his sound was so unique at the time that he was underrated, dude. Because no one was doing songs like the way he was doing them, especially. You know, it was like old school and
He
like,
did definitely
was
take it. He
together.
did take it by storm. To be
Yeah,
honest. Like
yeah,
when he
yeah.
came out, he was, and a lot of rappers tried to replicate it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah, they
when,
did, that
when,
deep
when
voice,
he, yeah, when
the
he came out
fucking-
with that like the raspy.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, he was underrated.
Yeah.
I'd say underrated before his death, after his death on the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't propel, like, who knows
You
anymore
can't go
where
any
he was gonna
further, or
go.
you can't really drop.
Next one here, Playboy Cardi. I'm going to say overrated.
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 This guy, he's a fucking mug in the music system, bro. I don't know how he has so much clout. Like, I get he has some nice, like,
He just
nice.
woke up like that.
Yeah, fuck off. He has some alright songs, you know? But, like, I feel like his name is huge. And who is he?
I think he's one of those people that just has the culture behind him. Like
Why?
he was
Where did
there.
he come from? Obviously,
I think
I
he
don't
was
know
just
about
there.
come from?
I think he was just there early enough. I'm pretty sure he was there like before. He's like SoundCloud rapper before like Uzi's time.
God, they're all SoundCloud
sense.
rappers.
Well, that's how a lot of them became famous.
Really?
Yeah, because they blew up off SoundCloud
Yeah,
or
yeah.
they blew off like those type of streaming
Right.
services. But yeah, I would say that honestly, he blew up a while ago.
Like, he does have some good songs, like I said. I'm not dissing him as an
What
artist.
year did Whole Lotta Red come out? Go down.
Oh, that'd be ages ago. It'd be in this album, would it not? 2017.
Okay.
Anyway, but what are we thinking? Sorry, back to Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, I think we just go
Yeah,
overrated.
overrated.
Yeah, overrated.
Yeah,
At least for us, anyways.
yeah. Let us know if you again
All
disagree.
personal
Agree.
opinions at the end of the day.
Yeah. ASAP Rocky,
ASAP.
overrated, underrated.
I think he's properly rated.
Yeah, where he's at.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm definitely not under. No way underrated this. I don't know.
I'm gonna say yeah, he's right where he should be.
Yeah,
I didn't listen to enough of him when he was kind of making his music and becoming the rapper that he is. So I don't really know much about where he used to sit in terms of like when he was actually just purely
because as
releasing
far
music.
as we've known ASAP,
I just
he's
know him
just
as
been ASAP.
designer,
You know?
ASAP. He hangs out with just rich ass, famous ass people. That's who he is to me. Like he makes a few songs every now and then, but realistically, he's just ASAP. Like,
Yeah. I
he
think
runs
on the
ASAP
mark.
crew.
Yeah, I'd say he's on the mark, to be honest, because I feel like, again, he's not one of those artists that at like that top level tier. So you can't say he's overrated because he's not there. Like I feel like there's 3 tiers of music. You're either at the very pinnacle, which is like
The
radio
1%.
streams,
You're the
top.
1%,
You're the
yeah.
1%. You're Drake, Post Malone, like I've mentioned a couple of these names, Doja, all that, Dua Lipa. Then you have like the next tier of people, which is like your Pop Smokes, your ASAP Rockies, your Trippie Reds, people like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And then you just have like your subs that
Your
you have
local heroes, realistically.
Nah,
known
one-
well
the-
in the city, known well in the country type
Yeah,
thing.
local
Chillin' as a local hero.
Yeah. Then you have them kind of tier people mixed with a couple people that are on the cusp of breaking.
Yeah,
to the
there's
main.
always people in the kind of grey area. but You can't
So
have
I'd say
everything
he's sat at
clear
the middle, and that's where he deserves to be.
Yeah, I
kind
think
of.
it's on the mark.
I think a video I've thought about as well is like a tier list of albums. So like for instance, I'll have like a whole bunch of albums, and I'll have like an A to E tier list, and that'll be something fun to do. Like I could have done something with the artists here similar to that. I was thinking, but I think it'd be better with albums, and we can rank the albums in tiers and whatnot.
I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll say ASAP has hit the mark. Well, we got a couple more artists we'll bang through. Lil Nas X,
Ooh, nice.
Oh, he's overrated.
overrated.
Very overrated.
I have to say overrated so
Yeah.
bad.
The
He's just
horse
a
is in
marketing
the
king.
back.
Like I give him that. He's a marketing genius, and he knows exactly what he's doing to get the streams, to get the views. But I don't think his music is that great, to be honest.
No way.
Yeah, no.
A few good
So
songs.
again,
songs.
yeah, like a lot of these artists we've mentioned that are some
Very mid-tier.
overrated. They have good songs, but in general, his social status and who he is
Although
crazy.
he's kind of dropped off recently. I feel like I haven't seen him.
because he's just not trying to be up there
Yeah, I
anymore.
think if he
Yeah.
was to go places and trying to make an effort to, like, if
Yeah.
he pulled up at LAX, there would still be people there taking photos
Very
of him
true.
doing
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
If he had an album coming out, he'd be pushing it.
Well, that's what he did last time. The whole
Yeah.
pregnancy clip. I don't know if you
hated that,
remembered
yeah.
that and all.
That was so dragged.
Yeah.
I think he was purposely trying to be controversial to piss
100%.
people
Oh,
off.
100%.
Just
Then
to
he gets
put his
the
Giving
name.
him publicity.
100%.
Was he the one who did the devil's shoes and he went to court?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the Nike tick and shit like
Yeah.
that. Did you remember that, don't you?
I don't. Oh, this is.
I think we spoke on the
do.
podcast obviously ages ago when it
Yeah.
happened, honestly. And yeah, he I don't know, he got a Nike shoe from what I'm aware, then added his twist to it and then sold it on his website. But you're not allowed to do that because that's
'cause
not
it's
So
very
it's
illegal.
not your property.
That's so
Yeah, it's not your
illegal.
property fucking sell. So
damn.
yeah, he got into
Oh.
shit for that and he had a legal case for it and whatnot.
What a guy.
But yeah, I think he's just very smart in marketing, knowing how to get publicity, and then obviously
Kind of funny that he's like super smart with marketing and then he goes and tries to resell a Nike
resell a
shoe.
Nike shoe.
Like,
well, maybe he was smart and he found some loophole that he knew he'd get sued for it, but he knew he'd get out of it, kind of thing.
I wonder if he
Maybe-
was charged for that.
He could probably sell what he had, but then had to just stop.
Yeah. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
there's a rule with like the copyright infringement. So like if he's copying over like 60% of the original design, but if he just changes it enough off the original design, like
Yeah.
adds enough shit to it, it doesn't count. You
But
know?
I feel like taking the tick of Nike is enough.
Oh yeah, no, without
Yeah.
a doubt.
Yeah,
and that's
Start
probably what he got done
following
for. He
Thailand.
probably thought
No
he was
question.
playing a loophole, but then they were just like, nah, bro, it's got the tick.
You've got the
like,
tick.
it's got the tick. Like, go away.
It's like putting 3 stripes on something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you take something that has made the brand or known for what it is, it's usually
Can't.
mugging the
Yeah, you
actual
can't.
brand,
You
bro.
actually can't.
Like imagine I start dropping hitting different shit and we just chuck a tick on there, like
3 straps
sponsored
down the
by
side, a
Nike.
big tick, a puma over here, you know.
It'd
fuck
be
it.
fraud, man. It'd be actually fraud. I'm surprised he's actually not in jail.
I
Yeah,
know.
it's actually a serious offense. It's actually really
He
bad.
probably
Like,
did have to pay fines and
yeah,
stuff.
for
I would
sure.
assume.
Yeah,
I would
that's actually
assume.
really bad. I just thought about it. But yeah, I definitely say he's overrated.
Yeah, the song that made him come up
Old
was
Town Road.
decent, but I feel like he
Town
just
Road.
built off that with
Oh,
just
for sure. Yeah.
just-
That
yeah.
song had success for like 8 months.
ages. Yeah,
A long ass time, man. They like wrote the initial song for ages. And then they did a
Bro,
remix version.
Fucking
that
Yeah.
Old Mate Cyrus, Billy Ray.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
think
Billy
he
Ray?
was smart to do Billy Ray Cyrus because I think everyone loves Billy Ray
Yeah,
Cyrus.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And it was during the big controversy where he wasn't allowed on the country playlist. And then they were like, well, if you're not going to put me on the country top 10.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, he was like, if you're not going to put me on the country top 10, I'm going to get the biggest country artist I know, and he's going to jump on it at a remix, and then you have to put me on there.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah.
that's what they didn't want to put him on it. because
Right.
like realistically, he's not the country symbol.
Yeah, no.
He's
no.
not. He doesn't symbolize
Like,
country music.
It's stereotype.
Yeah, stereotypical, don't get me wrong, but, like, they
anyone
didn't-
could be country.
Yeah,
but
but they didn't
want to
put him. They didn't want to put him number one
That's
and
very
give
true.
him the badge for it. They were
Yeah.
like, hey,
The
man,
badge.
it was a stitch up.
Yeah, fuck. What's the word I'm saying? Stereotypes.
Fuck
Yeah.
stereotypes. Oh no.
Next on the list, JB, Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Overrated. Trash music. What did he release? Baby in 2013. Then what?
No way. Nah,
I
he's
think
not.
he's on the mark.
He's on the mark.
Yeah.
Justin
He
Bieber
is.
is
He's earned
Justin
it.
Bieber.
He's earned it. He's earned it. He's earned
He
it. He's
killed
earned it.
it.
These
Yeah.
really good songs, and they're kind of different. They're like, yeah.
He's got years of discography, so
Yeah.
he's definitely
A lot
earned
of
where
variety.
he is.
Up until he was like 21, I think he was massively overrated, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
he started putting alright,
Just-
Justifying
himself.
himself.
good
Yeah,
music out,
yeah.
not just being a fucking retard.
Yeah. Because I think a common trend we found here with this like topic of conversation is a lot of the artists that are overrated are typically really good at marketing, or they have something that goes for them that props them to go higher.
Very true.
But they don't have the music to justify
Behind it,
where they
yeah.
are. You know what I mean?
Very true.
And yeah, like you made a fair point. Justin Bieber definitely came off the cute kid, high pitched voice baby
It
song.
was the
you know
baby,
what I mean?
yeah.
Got teenage girls to love him around the world.
Teenage boys to hate him.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Everyone was talking about him, whether you loved him or you hated
Justin
him. Yeah, everyone
Bieber's
was talking
going to
about
be
him.
that person in like 50 years where we're like Justin
Elvis.
Bieber when we used to listen to him when we were younger. You know how like
When Justin Bieber dies in 80 years or however long away it is, I
Yeah.
don't know, there will be so many old grown ass women around the
Crying?
world crying,
Yeah, 100%.
like
You
tear-
reckon?
pouring
It's like
their
One
eyes
Direction,
out.
like-
Same with Harry Styles
Do you reckon-
dies, everyone is mate.
hot
there's
take.
3 days of leave, like everyone's just dying.
3 days of leave.
Yeah, everyone's just
to
crying all
mourn.
day. Yeah,
Hot take. Do you reckon when One Direction go and pass, they'll be as big as the Beatles were?
No,
No, not the
Yeah,
Beatles.
okay.
No way.
no.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying for our generation, they were like as close to the Beatles as it
As
could
you could
be.
be
Yeah,
realistically.
yeah,
get.
Nothing's going to be the
Nah,
Beatles.
I think
Because the music back then was so limited. There wasn't as much like
Yeah, you
Well,
can
exactly.
only listen to
Exposure.
that's
Yeah.
why we don't have stars like Michael Jackson shit anymore
100%.
because I think we may have spoke about this on another podcast, but we're way too saturated in this world. And
Oversaturated, exactly.
for where we keep going, it's just going to keep going further and further down this
Yeah.
alleyway of where
everyone has their own little niche,
Yeah, niche
pocket
of
of
pocket,
music.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
back then it was if you turned on the TV, Elvis was on, and that's what everyone else
Yeah,
in
yeah.
your country had to watch at that time.
100%.
who do you think the biggest like group is if like to compete even close to Beatles, would we say, of this?
I'd say One Direction.
Yeah, I think the only issue they've had is just the fact they split.
Yeah, like their music wouldn't even compete, but
No,
it's just
no, no.
everyone
Yeah,
knows them.
yeah.
Hmm.
I don't think we have that many big groups like anymore, to be
No
honest.
massive bands like that.
Five Sauce, Little Mix, like
Fucking
yeah,
hell.
they're not competing.
Five Sauce.
Spice
No.
Girls.
Spice Girls.
Spice Girls is big for a little bit.
It's actually not a bad shout. Black Eyed Peas.
Oh yeah,
Black Eyed Peas, mate.
Nah,
surely,
that's
surely,
fucked up.
surely.
That's
Will.i.am.
fucked up. Will.i.am and Britney Spears. That's so shit. Nah, shit take.
Anything.
Anyway, we'll say Justin Bieber's hit the mark. He's earned where he is.
He's done well.
Changing up the categories a bit. So we've had a couple rap. Now we got to Justin Bieber, and now we'll go into Khalid.
Khalid.
He's not around the music scene as much anymore.
What's
You
he
know what I'm
doing?
talking about, right?
he released an
yeah.
album recently.
Yeah, he. No, did he?
Yeah, he did.
American, like not American Teen, 20. Not
No,
21.
Free Spirit, and
Free
then there was
Spirit.
another one after that.
There's another one
recently,
after Free Spirit.
this
What?
year.
Free Spirit. Okay.
Yeah,
There was
sorry.
another one.
Catch up.
My
mate.
bad.
Catch
There
up.
was
mate.
another
Catch
one.
It
up.
was like 3 years ago, was it not?
When I was in, yeah, it was like 2019.
It's a long time
But
ago.
he released.
But he's an interesting artist, is he not? I think he is.
I think he's overrated.
You
Just
reckon?
personally, I'm not a huge. I've never been a huge fan of his music, but
Yeah.
everyone, he just seems a lot bigger than what I think he should be. Obviously, like
Yeah.
it's just personal taste.
I was gonna say, yeah, it like, and that's a lot of the not issues, but like, for instance, with music, because it's so opinionated in like your taste, your music, whatever. Other than streams and stuff like that, there's not much to
very-
justify, and it's hard to
You
like
can't
stand on-
quantify it.
Yeah, like obviously there's some that are more undeniable, and that's regardless of your opinion or not. For instance, like
Yeah,
if
it's
you
just-
like. Ryan hates Drake. We all know this now. You guys are fucking hear it every week
Every
when he's
episode,
on
yeah.
here. Makes a point of it. Shout out Ryan, he's listening right now. But you can't deny the fact that Drake is Drake, you know?
100%.
Yeah, he is who he is.
For instance,
He's
so
done what he's
Khaled,
done.
he's obviously not at that level. He thinks, like
More
Corey
debatable.
does think he's
I
up.
don't think he's had enough huge songs to justify how big he is.
No.
I think he has to
Young,
be
Dumb,
honest.
and Broke, Location, Lovely. Silence. He
Because
has
what
had
were his
huge
albums?
hits.
So he had American Teen, which was his
Which
first
was
one,
amazing.
which was huge. That's what took him
Yeah.
worldwide, you know. And then
What
he had
else?
his second one, which wasn't
American
too bad either, I don't
Why
think.
can't I see his albums?
But he's been slowly dissipating from the game without
100%.
falling off. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah.
didn't make a shit album and then just fall off. I think he's just, and I think he's
Spacing
done
out.
with music, just spacing it, doing what
Oh,
he wants to.
no, it was 8. No, sorry, that was American Teen. Sorry, ignore me.
He's really young, isn't he?
Yeah, like
Isn't he
23 or
like our
something.
age?
Yeah.
He's
like that.
give or take roughly our
Because
age.
when we watched him like on his American Teen tour, when we were in year 12, so we probably would have been 17, 18.
yeah.
And he was, about
just
18.
turned 18, yeah, or something like that.
Oh, so yeah, fuck, he's still about 21, 22.
Well, I
wanna
remember, I
age
remember
check on
when we
that.
watched him, I remember thinking, like, damn, this guy's our age. Like, he's up there.
I think
Oh,
he's
he's
on
24,
the mark.
he's
He has
24.
really good songs, and you listen to his voice, and straight away you know, like he's got one of those.
I
Yeah.
really like where he is.
Yeah, I think where he is where he is. Where do you think he sat on tier wise? Like these tiers we kept referencing.
See?
See?
Yeah.
Local artists on the cusp to breaking.
If you're talking about the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
the 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah,
Two.
Yeah, I'm
2
saying
to
2.
1.
yeah,
If
2
it,
to 1,
if it was
right?
like a few years ago, definitely pushing
One.
the 1.
Definitely
Yeah,
pushing
yeah,
1.
yeah.
Yeah. When he released the Billie Eilish feature,
Yeah,
definitely in the
lovely, yeah.
ones.
Yeah, yeah.
But since
I'd say the
then,
moment
he's
2.
sitting 2.
Actually, new one, Billie Eilish, overrated, underrated. While you brought it up,
Overrated.
overrated.
I think she
I
gets
think she's
way
overrated.
too much props.
Yeah, no, same
Not
as
that her
me.
music's bad, but it's not great.
There's
It's
nothing
not- yeah,
standout about
yeah,
it.
I
in a
don't
sense.
get like her music.
That's
I don't-
another example of the Grammys. I think because she won so many Grammys, the first to get all the categories in one since MJ. I don't think she deserved it. I think it was just because she was big at the time and she's
Yeah,
young.
it's a lot about what's been happening
Yeah, in that last
besides
year.
music
Yeah.
around her.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
The young girl on the block
yeah,
popping off,
Yeah.
going worldwide.
challenging like societal norms about
Yeah,
women
yeah,
and
yeah,
all of that. Like that
exactly,
was
it's
kind of going
politics.
on. Yeah.
I don't think. I think she's definitely an overrated artist for sure. Not saying she makes shit music,
No,
but
no.
definitely overrated.
She looks like the type of person where if you meet her in real life, she'd be a horrible person.
No, I don't think that.
I actually think she's a really nice person. I think
Yeah.
she'd just be like realistic. I think if you was someone that like ran up to her and got in her face, she might tell you to fuck off. But at the same time, if
real,
someone
though.
random ran up to you and got in your face, you'd tell them to fuck off.
I
Like, I don't
reckon-
think it's a rude
Down to
thing.
earth, yeah.
I think
think
she's
it's
the
just
Ellen
normal.
DeGeneres of the music scene.
Oof, that's a big statement, you know.
That's
So I get that. So I was about to say I get his opinion. When you glance at her, I would think the same. But I've watched a couple documentaries, or not documentaries, but little interviews with her and stuff like that. And she seems so down to earth and humble.
what she wants you to think.
Yeah, so like you
gonna
think she's
put
like
Ellen
Ellen
DeGeneres.
Everything you see is what she wants you to
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it
Like,
could
it's
be
what
the
she's
end of the
putting
day.
out to the
Yeah.
world.
Ellen did it good for 20 years.
and then got called out.
Yeah.
What was the
Check
fallout
back in
with her?
20
I know
years.
she got fucked for like a couple months with like
She just
support.
she had workers come out that worked on the show and said like she's just a dog shit human.
Did she ever end up coming back from
Like-
that though?
No, she
is.
She ended the show.
She finished her show.
Oh, do you reckon
This
it's because
year.
of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well,
Oh.
because
fell off.
even guests like celebrities were like, we went on her show and she was just an asshole. Like this one guest on her show, because her show's live, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Yeah, or it's
Ellen
small
was like
delay.
giving her shit, like, oh, you didn't invite me to your wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it the girl?
Yeah, yeah,
And she
Yeah,
and
I've
she was like,
seen
I
this.
did invite you to my wedding.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Ellen just kind of like didn't know what to say because
Yeah,
the girl was like, I'm not gonna take your shit pretty
Yeah,
much. Like
yeah.
it was like, no, you were invited, blah blah blah.
Damn.
But yeah,
classic
and then
stand-up.
even so, a bit off topic, but you know the Jackass crew.
Yeah.
So Chris Pontius, he was on a podcast, and he was talking about how all the way back in 2005 he met Ellen, and they were backstage at some music or thing where she was
Yeah.
presenting, and she was just straight rude to everyone, all the workers.
Jesus
Like,
Christ.
and
I
then
wonder how
Chris,
she got away with it for so long.
yeah, well, Chris tried to talk to her, and she was like just an asshole, and then she had to go on stage. And she was so nice to everyone, blah, blah. And then the moment she came off stage, back to being an
Oh,
asshole.
How
wow.
do you get away with that?
Yeah, for
For
20
so
years.
long.
I feel like all the celebrities though, they all know that you're all assholes. You're all. They just keep it a secret because the celebrity
They
world
don't
is
want to
like.
ruin your
Yeah.
public figure.
And especially, we can't lie, Ellen had a lot of pull in her prime.
So much.
For her 5-10 years, so much pull. So I think for people as well, like you said, they'd let that shit slide because they want some of that.
Of course.
They
Ellen
want to be able to
DeGeneres
get on
action.
the Ellen show
Yeah,
and
yeah.
have people talk about what they
Exposure.
say. And
Yeah,
all that type
yeah.
of
I think
bullshit.
because it's like all the talk show hosts, they seem nice because you get this and you get this. I'm going to give you this money and look how nice
Yeah,
I am
it's
to
not
my
coming from them
fans.
personally.
Yeah, you know.
I
Because
always
there's
think
actually been
that.
a lot of like on this note of Ellen and that, there's been other people from talk night shows that have actually been called out for being fuckwits as well. Maybe it's a common talk show thing.
One of the because you know there's two.
Yeah, Jimmy
Kimmel
Kimmel, Jimmy.
I think it's Kimmel.
It wouldn't be
Kimmel.
Fallon's a nice
Apparently
guy.
he's an asshole. Well, from
Kimmel's the
what I've
white one.
They're
They're
both
both
white.
white.
They're all white.
Come on,
Isn't
brother,
Fallon
catch up.
like
shut
Philo
up.
or something like
heard.
that?
That's not mine.
One of them's like Philo or Asian or something.
I don't know, but they're both
Like part Philo.
they're both
like,
fair skinned.
the one that does carpool karaoke.
That's fucking James
That's
Corden,
James
brother.
Yeah,
Corden.
sorry.
He's definitely not
so
Philo.
apparently this
Jimmy Kimmel's white.
Apparently
yeah.
he's the asshole.
Yeah, that's who I meant. Jimmy
yeah,
Fallon
yeah.
is not white, is he?
Yeah,
He
Fallon's
definitely-
white.
Fallon's
he definitely
white.
is my guy.
That is not white.
What are you talking about, brother?
Jimmy Fallon is not white.
He is white. What would you call him?
You're not calling him fucking brown.
Asian.
He's German.
He is not
Is
Asian.
he, is he German?
yeah, German, Norwegian.
Asian.
It's not white.
That's
Fucking
German. That's
brother.
just
The
white
Aryan
they
race,
call-
yeah, you dickhead. What are you trying to do,
Literally
brother?
Aryan, yeah.
What are you trying to do, man? That's your
I don't
child.
know. He came across as Asian to me. I'm not sure. Sorry, brother. I'm sorry. Why am I
Jordan's
sorry?
overrated. Confirmed.
Yeah, I'm overrated. This show is underrated. Hidden Difference is
Yeah,
underrated.
exactly.
Yeah. Two more artists. Local man, Flume. He's big on my playlist right now, so I wanted to chuck him in. Where do you think he's at? Overrated, underrated, hit the mark.
I think he's properly rated.
On the mark.
I think he's underrated.
Fuck Flume, overrated. Fuck Flume. I'll sit there. No, I'm sitting with it. It's fuck Flume.
Fuck Flume.
Yeah, fuck Flume.
Alright, I'm gonna go on this point. I think he's underrated. I think he definitely has streamed like songs, obviously that are very well known, but I reckon him as an artist isn't appreciated as much. But again, that's a taste thing. I don't think many people have a taste for DJs and producing and stuff
Yeah, mate,
as
I don't.
common as they do for other artists. You know.
But I feel like in Australia, if you see a festival lineup with Flume on it, everyone wants to go to that festival just to
for
see
sure.
Flume.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
how can you say he's underrated?
What, global. I think on a
or
global.
do you
I
just
think
mean daily
Australia.
listening,
I
or-
think Australia. He's definitely cemented
given
himself
love,
as
yeah.
a top. If he's going overseas, I don't think he's getting the same love at Tomorrowland and other things like
Yeah,
that.
fair.
He's definitely getting a lot of love, but I think if you compare him to like Calvin Harris and obviously other big artists in that, I think he's competing there. To be honest,
Yeah.
The only thing he doesn't have is like as a solid. I can give him that as solid discography as the other artists. I don't think he has that.
Interesting question. Have you seen the Boiler Room clips that have been going around?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys know what the Boiler Room is? So it's this club in
London, I think it is.
somewhere. I don't actually know where it is, but pretty much all they live DJ like on the spot. So they have like a soundboard, you know, the sound like this type thing,
Yeah.
where they tap it on beat and it like creates the sound completely
Oh, they start
live.
looping. Like,
Yeah, so they're doing all that type of stuff. Some guy recently, I can't remember what
Fred.
his name. Fred again?
Yeah, Fred again.
Yeah, Fred again killed it. There's a
Crazy.
clip going around.
Really?
He smashed
Yeah,
it. He killed it so
unreal.
bad.
So
And
the-
it looks sick, yeah. But
Yeah.
I reckon Flume would kill that.
Yeah, he would go crazy.
Because that's what he did
That's
at his live
prime.
set.
Yeah, that was his
That's what he
shit.
did at his
Yeah,
live
yeah.
set. He played the set live in front of everyone
Yeah.
with just random ass instruments and bullshit.
The Boiler Room is a cool concept. From what I read of it, so the concept behind it, obviously people can go watch it live, but they set up a whole camera lighting thing around it, and it's live stream DJ things.
Oh, wow.
So you can listen to it as it's going on, go back to it as well on websites and watch the whole
That's
event.
crazy, yeah.
But like they make it as if like I'm telling you like right now, like imagine I'm sat here, whatever, like we have lighting around us, exactly like this, and then people just jamming with it at the same time.
So imagine you're just sitting in the middle of a club and everyone's circled around you and
Yeah.
they're just live
Crazy.
mixing,
Yeah,
everyone's
that's
jumping
sick.
around,
And he
having
had
a
a
good
great,
time.
I saw it on TikTok. He had a couple
Killed it.
decent
He killed
clips that
it.
came from there. He
Killed
killed it. He's
Killed
getting a
so
name for
crazy.
himself.
Yeah.
But Flume, I'm gonna say he's underrated on a global scale. Underrated.
Fair.
Fuck Flume.
Fuck Flume.
That's my take.
Final one here. Maybe I can change it up
Oof.
because I had
Oof.
Dave, but I know both you don't really know Dave as much
know
because of
Dave.
England. Do you? Oh, okay. Well, what do you think of Dave?
I think
know
I think
Dave.
Dave's underrated, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think his music is so good, like especially lyrically. I
Hmm.
think he's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if
deep.
you actually listen, like not deep, just the way he can make words like flow on the beat
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah.
Like I think he does it better than most
Most.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not recognized as much.
I'd say again, he's similar to Flume. He's underrated. He's definitely well pronounced, well known in the UK scene. Obviously, because Australia and UK is quite synonymous. We obviously know Dave quite well, but I think globally he hasn't got the recognition like Corey just suggested, and he's quite underrated in my opinion as well.
Yeah, I get that.
Say the same.
Yeah, I'd run with that.
I'll
Yeah?
support it.
Yeah, you don't really know. But we'll end it there. That was our 20. Had a cheeky one with Billie Eilish there as well.
21.
True.
21.
21. You're stupid. But yeah, we're going to end it here. But before we do, HC Radio, like I plugged at the start, we haven't been dropping songs out in a minute. But today I asked everyone for their most underrated songs.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to bring them forward to the table for the radio. So what have we got first? Who wants to drop their song first?
I'll go first.
Corey's first.
Mine's Joe Budden. It's called Fire.
Yeah.
It's lit. It's
Joe Budden Fire.
yeah.
Well, it's underrated. I've never heard of it. So you've
Yeah.
hit my underrated books.
I found out about it because I was watching the movie Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And when they're throwing the party, there's like this lit song at the party. And it's only like 10 seconds, and I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck,
That's
that's
so
lit.
funny.
Just Shazam it?
That's a really and I don't. I think this was before Shazam. Song.
Oh.
So I had to look up
Lyrics.
song in the party at Mean
Mean
Girls.
Girls scene. Oh, no.
But it's a really good
crazy.
song.
All right, Liz, we'll go clockwise now.
I just changed my mind. I'm gonna say just because I've been listening to it, and we said Baby Keem earlier. 16 by Baby Keem.
16 by Baby Keem.
Not a lot of people listen to that, right? Or is that a popular song? Is that a popular song? Otherwise, I'm gonna have to change it.
Right.
Look, you can tell in the look of their faces.
I think because that album's so popular,
Okay.
I'm not gonna say.
But then I don't know. Okay, Switch by Black was my other one.
I think that's quite well known as well.
Oh,
Wait, look it up. Look it
I'm
up.
gonna
Look
look
it up.
up
If
the
it's got
Baby Keem
if it's got less than 10
I'll
minutes
look at the
streams,
Baby Keem one first.
We'll say it's
I don't know underrated songs.
Luke would see. Oh, yeah, 77.
77. Oof,
77
I don't
mil.
know
And what was the
about
other song?
that. More streams in Australia has
Switch by Black.
It's not looking good, big man.
It's not looking good, bro.
It's not looking good.
Yeah, that one have a lot too. I can imagine.
Oh, it's 120. 120.
I don't know any underrated songs.
All right, we'll leave that one.
Sorry.
We'll
Add
we
one,
might
add
let
one to the
16 one.
playlist,
We'll put
yeah.
16
We'll
because
put
it's a lower of the
16,
two.
yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
allow it.
Put it in.
We'll
We'll
put
allow
16
it.
in.
Luke, your song.
I'm going Duck Duck Goose by local artist Z Pluto. You know,
Nice.
it's a banger. It's a banger of a
Underrated
song.
artist, underrated song.
Underrated.
Of the artist.
Yeah, it's mate. It actually needs love. To be
Needs
honest,
love.
like it actually needs so much love. It's so good.
For mine, I'm going to do Revenge or The Revenge by Joey Badass. So he released a new
Badass.
album. It's not on that. It's an older song. But yeah, got our 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
Did our video, overrated, underrated. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for coming on. Appreciate your time. And yeah, run up the streams on TikTok and Insta. As I said, follow all the socials. You'll see everything. But yeah, that'll be it. Love you guys. Catch us.
Bye.
Peace.